labbaik, here I am. La sharika laka labbaik, you have no associates, here I am. Innal hamda, says to you is due all praise. One ni'mata, and all beneficence, all bounties proceed from thee. Laka wal mulk, and yours is the dominion, yours is the power, yours is the rule. La sharika lak, and you have no associates. Now this is the slogan, 1400 years old. And this year, some 3 million Hajis, they went through that ritual of going around the Kaaba 7 times, making the tawaf, and repeating this formula. Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, labbaik, la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika lak. Now, I was very fortunate this year in performing this ritual. And while going through, it struck me that this slogan, it is a slogan, talbiyah, a reminder, a slogan, that we Muslims are made to repeat year in and year out, no change, given by our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no change. There must be a purpose in this slogan. And I found that slogans are made to be repeated and implemented. The United Nations, they have their certain agencies. And in certain of these agencies, they work for certain projects. And they invent slogans. Like, for example, they had water year. Water year. Year of the water, for saving, conserving water. And in that water year, the slogan went out, use it, don't abuse it. Water, use it, don't abuse it. Which is really our own slogan, 1400 years old also. But now the slogan part, that people from all over the world are invited and they go through this process of having themselves programmed. They imbibe themselves with these slogans and they go to their own respective countries and they propagate the slogan and the idea. Or this is the age of the child. This is the age of the child. This is an age for old aged people. So it says, your mother, an old age home is not her destination. You must look after your parents, and on and on. These are really, to me, Islamic slogans which the United Nations in some form or another, under novel names, they try to implement it. And these slogans are carried out in all parts of the world in different countries. But this slogan that we Muslims are repeating year in and year out, the most unfortunate part is this, that we have done nothing. We are doing nothing to take them back home into our own respective countries. We leave the slogan behind. No doubt we take the dates from Makkah and Medina and we buy all the trinkets from Makkah and Medina. Things are very cheap. But the main purpose of Hajj, which is to see that this slogan is implemented, to see the shirk is obliterated from the face of the earth, this, unfortunately, we Muslims have forgotten this lesson to imbibe. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of God be upon one and all. In the Holy Quran, in Surah Muhammad, I am quoting from Surah Muhammad. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَإِن تَتَوَلَّوْا يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَكُونُوا أَمْثَالَكُمْ. This is the last segment of the last verse of Surah Muhammad, chapter 47. If you were to find this in your Holy Quran, to the Arab there is no difficulty. Most probably he knows and he can open and find it. But for the non-Arab, and more especially the non-Muslim, he will have to get a book like this. The Holy Quran translated, an encyclopedia of some 2,000 pages, produced by the presidents of the Islamic courts and affairs in Doha, Qatar. You can obtain this from them. And at the back of this volume is an index. And in that index, if somebody told you that this is from Surah Muhammad, so you look up under M, Muhammad, in italics, and it will tell you chapter 47. Or somebody tells you chapter 47, then it is easy to find chapter 47. And verse 38, the last verse. I have quoted to you the last segment of the last verse from this Surah Muhammad, in which Allah says, وَإِن تَتَوَلَّوْا, that if you turn back, O you Muslims, if you turn back, يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ, if you turn back from the duties and responsibilities which Allah Bari Ta'ala has imposed upon you for being the khayra ummatin, the best of people, if you turn back from your duties and responsibilities, it says, يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ, He will substitute in your place another people. ثُمَّ, then, لَا يَكُونُوا أَمْثَالَكُمْ, then they will not be like you. And when we study history, we find that this law, an eternal law of Allah Bari Ta'ala, is working all the time. You do not carry out your duties and responsibilities, Allah replaces you with another people. And in this history, we have a classic example of the Bani Israel. Let us confess that Allah chose them. As much as we might not like it, for racial reasons, for what is happening in the Middle East, what is happening in Israel, what is happening to our brethren, we don't like it. But Allah chose them. And He sent prophets after prophets to them. Out of the 4 books that we name, that we believe in, we say the Tawrat, the Zabur, and the Injil, and the Furqan. Out of the 4, 3 are those given to the Jews. The first one to Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, the second one to Hazrat Dawud alayhi salam, the third one to Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. Tawrat, Zabur, Injil, Jew, Jew, Jew. Among all the prophets we name, besides our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, almost all the other names we take, we say Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, a Jew. Hazrat Dawud alayhi salam, a Jew. Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam, a Jew. Hazrat Yahya alayhi salam, a Jew. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, a Jew. Look, Allah chose them for His revelation, to become the torch-bearers of light and learning to the world. But they made their religion a racial religion. They were not prepared to share with anybody. They made it a family tradition. The Deenullah, they made it a family affair. Only for Jews. So Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, a Jew among the Jews, he tells them, as recorded in the so-called Injil, because in the Christian Bible, as I said, divided into 2 portions, the Old and the New Testament. The New Testament is what they call the Gospel, the New Testament, in which we have a certain number of books, which they say the Gospel according to St. Matthew, the Gospel according to St. Mark, the Gospel according to St. Luke, the Gospel according to St. John. And they translate this word Gospel in Arabic as Injil, Injile Matthew, Injile Marcus, Injile Lucas, Injile Johanna. They keep on repeating the word Injil, 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 which may be a correct translation, but really this is not Injil. When we say Injil, we believe in the revelation that Allah Bari Ta'ala gave to Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. That is Injil, not what Matthew wrote, or what Mark wrote, or what Luke wrote, or what John wrote. These are not Injils. You can call it the so-called Injils. But the Injil is what was given to Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. And Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is reported to have said to his people, the Jews, he said, and the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a nation bringing forth the fruits thereof. Because you are not doing the job, you have made your religion a racial religion. Allah Bari Ta'ala will take this honor, this privilege of being the khayra ummatin. They were the khayra ummatin of their time. But because they didn't do the job, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam says it will be taken away from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof, that's going to produce results. And this is the law of God. If you don't produce results, يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا خَيْرَكُمْ. He says he'll substitute in your place another people. So he substituted in place of the Bani Israel, the Bani Ismail, the Arabs. And a people, they were looked down upon. And this is the law of God again. He picks up the people whom the world considers to be the most despicable.